Hello, this is Rick Chetwood here. I thought I would take a little video here today and tell you our story. My wife and I, we've been doing this for 29 years. Well, but before I get started, I want to tell you that I'm beginning to worry about my wife. We've been married 51 years, and I drove her over here to the doctor's office today, and she left me out in this hot car with the windows rolled up. And I'll tell you what, it's getting hot out here, and I don't know what to do. It's a good, only thing I can say, it's a good thing we got the air conditioning. But anyway, I want to tell you my story, and I'll try to shorten it as much as possible. I was successful in the corporate world. I was president of 2 companies, and I decided I wanted to have my own company. So I started a company, software package company, dental software, doing very well, and wanted to expand in adjoining states. So I went out and raised some investment capital. I was doing well raising the money, and this guy comes along, and instead of going in the next 2 states, he said he was going to take me nationwide, and he was going to put, I only wanted 50,000, he was going to put 400,000. So anyway, long story short, this guy was a con man, and we ended up, we lost our home, our life savings, our cars, all of our investments. We lost everything and ended up $500,000 in debt. Well, I told a friend of mine that story. He came by, hadn't seen him for several years, and he stopped by and asked how it was going, so I told him. And he says, well, look, there's a meeting tonight down at Denny's. You need to be there. And shoot, I had nothing else to do. So me and my wife, we headed down to Denny's, but we didn't go for supper because we didn't have the money to buy supper. We went there just for the meeting after everybody was finished eating. Well, that was my introduction to network marketing. He stood up there and he drew circles on the on a flip chart and showed how if you sign up 2 people and they each sign up 2 and they sign up 2, next thing you know, you got $1 gazillion. Well, it looked real. I know he was making an awful lot of money and it had only been in a few months. So I leaned over about halfway through that meeting and told my wife, I says, I can do this. I know we can do this. So I got me an application. I filled it out before the meeting was over. When the meeting was over, I went and turned in my application. There was one little problem. It cost $1,540 to join. Now, this was 29 years ago. $1,540 was more money back then. And I didn't have $1,540. As a matter of fact, I didn't have enough to buy supper that night. I was totally broke. I barely had the gas to get to the meeting. So what am I going to do? Well, this is the biggest objection I get from people all the time. They don't have the money. I don't have $200. I don't have $300. I'd love to join, but I just don't have the money. And my credit cards are all maxed out. I hear all that stuff all the time. Well, I didn't have the money either, but I saw an opportunity. I saw a chance to get away from the problem I was having. I didn't like being broke, and really I wasn't broke. Broke is when you got zero. I was $500,000 beyond broke, but I wasn't poor. Poor people can't get $500,000 in debt. Think about it. Well, like I said, I saw the opportunity, and I was not going to let $1,540 stand between me and the financial independence that I saw the opportunity that was available to me. So I did the only thing you should do in a situation like that. I wrote them a bad check for $1,540. Not really. What I did do is I wrote a check for $1,540. It wasn't good, but I told them to hold it till Friday because I was going to make it good. I didn't know how. I didn't have a clue how I was going to make it good, but I knew I was going to make it good one way or another. So I went out and I made it good. And then I found out, okay, who are all the top earners in this company? And I called them. And I said, how did you build your business? I want to copy what you did. Well, I copied what the top earners did. And 9 months later, I was among the top earners in that company. I was a member of what they call the Gold Club, which is the top 50 earners in the company. So I went on to be a top earner in that company, and then that company went out of business. And so, okay, I know how to do this. So I found me 3 other companies that I went to and asked, okay, where's the successful people? I copied what they did, and I worked my way to the top of a total of 4 companies. Well, I decided that I looked at a couple other companies, and then they just didn't work out as well. So I decided I was going to retire. So we retired on our 58-acre farm with, all my toys, my 4-wheelers and my utility vehicles, my backhoe and my tractor. And so, I was enjoying life. When one day a good friend of mine that I'd been in a couple other companies with, he sent me a 2-minute video on Instantly Ageless. It made wrinkles disappear in less than 2 minutes and bags under the eyes. And I watched that video, and I called my wife in, and I said, you need to watch this. So she watched that video. Long story short, we signed up that day. We came out of retirement, and it was all because of that 2-minute video. If it hadn't been for that video, we still would be happily retired. But now we are happy, having a ton of fun with Instantly Ageless, with the people and the products and business. This business is growing faster than any that we've ever been in the last 29 years. And it's going to be a real successful for it. We've never had one grow this fast, but why not? You've got a product that is the product of the year, and you're in a company that's the fastest growing direct sales company in worldwide. So, how could we not be doing real good in our business, and making lots of money? Well, I'll tell you how we could not be doing it. We could be sitting on our butts doing nothing, like other people who join up and have 1,000 excuses as to why they're not calling their friends. They're not showing the video. They're not showing the 15-minute video. They're not doing 3-way calls. So they've got all the excuses as to why they're not successful. And, to them, they are good excuses. But, one excuse is as good as another. Doesn't matter what the excuse is. If you're not going to do the business, you can do it because you have flies on your face. It doesn't matter. That's kind of stupid, but it doesn't matter what the excuse is. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. But anyway, that's pretty much our story. I'm 72 years old. My wife is 70. We've been married for 51 years, and we've just started our last company. And like I said, it's exciting. We're having fun. It's growing faster than any other company we've been in. And I'll tell you what, if the way this company is growing, I will be seeing you on the beaches of the world. Okay, y'all come back now, you hear?